Trump accused of promoting police brutality against the violent MS13 gang terrorizing American streets.
We're going to restore safety to our streets and peace to our communities, and we're going to destroy the vile criminal cartel MS13 and many other gangs. MS13 is particularly violent. These are animals. It is the policy of this administration to dismantle, decimate, and eradicate MS13.
And joining us now to debate, GOP strategist and former GOP congressional candidate in Florida, Noel Nickpour, and Democratic strategist and attorney Evangeline Gomez. Good morning to you both. And I want to play the soundbite from Friday's speech that is getting some people in a little bit of an uproar. Take a listen.
When you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, you know, the way you put their hand over, like, don't hit their head, and they've just killed somebody, don't hit their head. I said, you can take the hand away, okay?
All right, Noel, I'll start with you. Isn't this just some tough talk to rally the troops?
You know, this is absolutely funny because that's exactly what he's doing. He's giving a little tough talk, a little Trump talk, I like to say. But, you know, in reality, if you look at this, you know, there's been some backlash, and, you know, the left is just going crazy over this. But it's ironic because it actually, what do they think? That who's going to come out and protest on behalf of the gang members? And it's almost like they're making the gang member the victim.
Evangeline, you have a different response.
The issue here is that this statement didn't just pertain to gang members. He said this following his speech about MS13, and the issue here is that this is the commander-in-chief, this is our president, who is saying, hey, police officers, break the law. It's okay to use excessive force against arrestees, people who have not been adjudicated by a court or by a jury to be guilty of anything. And that's a problem because, as you know, here in the United States, in some states, you can be arrested for something as minor as not wearing a seatbelt. Is it okay then for a police officer to bang your head because you've been arrested for not wearing a seatbelt? That's the problem here. This is beyond irresponsible. It is actually dangerous, and this is very serious.
Noel, let me let Noel weigh in. Is what the president advocated police brutality?
No, not at all. Look, you know, this is taking it to the extreme. We all know Trump. We know that Trump doesn't mean for someone that violates seat belts or whatever, you know, for someone, the police, to be brutal and just shove them in there and bang them up. Look, they're just saying you don't have to be so gentle, white glove treatment for a gang member that rapes and murders.
He could have used those words. And there's another issue here. I'm an attorney, and I will tell you that this is the commander-in-chief. It is an instruction. It sounds like a directive in the way that he said it. Some officer that's on trial for police brutality can invoke this as a defense and say, look, our president said that it was okay for me to do this. The argument could be that it was part of the mens rea. It's not extreme. It could be used, and that is the problem here.
No, that's laughable.
And this is not to be taken. It's not to be taken lightly.
You really think that Trump is saying to evoke violence?
I'm telling you, when you talk, you have to be concerned about what the recipient of the information, in this situation, your audience, how they interpret this information, and that's why this is more serious than it's being made out to be.
Evangeline, I'm going to jump in here and play lawyer with you now for a second. How would the defense invoke presidential speech in a court of law? I've never heard of that in this context.
It could be. This is our commander-in-chief. This is our president. This is a part of a policy initiative that's going on. And the president said that it was okay for me to go out and to bang someone's head. It could be used. Right. I'm not saying it would be successful, but it is something that a creative attorney could use.
Evangeline Noel, the debate continues. Thank you so much for being here today,
Thank you so much.